The information on this program does not constitute medical or health advice. If you have medical issues or questions, you should refer them to your personal physician. All views expressed are merely the opinion of the host and guest. There is no expressed or implied customer relationship formed or intended to be formed with Mattress Express. Welcome back to Pillow Talk, a show about sleep. If you're new to the show, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. My name is Kevin Fear. I am the president and CEO of Mattress Express, a chain of luxury bedding stores. And what we do on this show is we talk about sleep. Of course, we talk about mattresses as well, but there's so much more to sleep than just closing your eyes and going to bed on a rectangle, right? And it's interesting, and sleep affects everything we do. It affects everything you do every day. It affects your driving. It affects how you perform at work. It affects relationships. It affects your mental and physical health. It's very, very important. And there's a lot of interesting stuff. I say this over and over, this may come as a great surprise to many of you. I am not a medical doctor. I know you said, gee, I thought Kevin Fear was a medical doctor. No. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I have a degree in banking, insurance, and real estate. I owned a chain of insurance agencies many, many, many years ago. I then owned a chain of Verizon wireless stores. And, 14, 15 years ago, I got into the bedding industry. This is where I've settled. And I've learned a lot. And I just want to share it with you. And, I try to pick a topic every week. And I go to online and I do research and I read articles. I like the National Sleep Foundation. They have a lot of great articles. We're going to talk about myths and facts about sleep in this segment. Okay. If you're listening to me in a area where we do not have a Mattress Express, like Binghamton, Ithaca, those areas, we're a short drive away. Helped a couple last night, came in from Ithaca and got a number bed by Instant Comfort. Make the short drive. I'm telling you, we have innovative, great products. We have the largest selection of flex head beds in New York State. We have the Instant Comfort number bed, the Personal Comfort number bed. We have many different number beds. We have the flex head option and king or queen. It's worth the trip. Nevertheless, myths and facts about sleep. There's very interesting stuff. One of the first myths: your body gets used to less sleep. When I get busy, in the past, I would like to kid myself and say, maybe I can condition myself to sleep less. Sleep is such a waste of time. It's really not, but you can't. Research has found that a lack of sleep takes a toll over both short and long term, demonstrating that your brain and body just can't get used to less sleep. After a few nights of insufficient sleep, you're likely to feel sleepier during the day. This increase in daytime drowsiness may stabilize over weeks or months without enough sleep, but it doesn't mean that your body is functioning on all cylinders or is effectively adjusting to less sleep. You need a certain amount of sleep. You can't change that, is what they're saying. And it makes a lot of sense. Many adults need 5 or less hours of sleep. That's a myth. Recommendations from a group of experts commissioned by the National Sleep Foundation state that adults should get between 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. That's about where I land. If I don't get a full night's sleep, I know it. I've been very open on this show that I wear a CPAP. I hate it. It's a necessary evil in my life. I think anybody that wears one can appreciate this. It's great. If I don't wear it, I know it. You may even be able to see. Do you see the stripe? I have the CPAP stripe on my face. This is also a video and a radio show. You can always go to mattressexpressny.com and watch these shows. They will play on TV, but we also do a radio show every week. And the main crux of this is radio. But if you're watching, I've got the CPAP stripe still because I'm doing this in the morning. It leaves stripes on your face from the straps. It's a necessary evil. If I go to sleep without it, man, do I know it. I wake up the next morning and I feel horrible because my body's fighting all night to breathe. But yeah, 7 to 9 hours, they're saying, is normal. That's about where I fall. You tell me. You can email me at Mattress Express. No, at question at pillowtalk.com. Pillowtalkquestion@gmail.com. I'll get it right. Pillowtalkquestion@gmail.com. Tell me what your experience is. We'll share it with you. How long you sleep is all that matters is another myth. Not true. Fragmented sleep marked by numerous awakenings can interfere with the ability to properly move through the sleep cycle, decreasing time spent in the most restorative stages of sleep. For this reason, every person's goal should be to sleep enough hours, and for those hours to include high quality, uninterrupted sleep. We've all had nights where we woke up 4 or 5 times for whatever reason. You don't get a good night's sleep. I mean, it's common sense stuff, but if you don't talk about it and you don't review these things, you really don't know. Here's another myth. It doesn't matter when you sleep as long as you sleep enough hours. Not true. Studies have demonstrated that the timing of sleep matters, and it's best to sleep as much as possible during the hours of darkness. Now, there's exceptions. When I was a kid, I worked at Van Dyne Nursing Home in high school. Excellent experience, wonderful people. And I worked with the most wonderful woman. I always said if I ever was sick, I would want her taking care of me. Her name was Helen. I'd be surprised if she's with us anymore because this was 30 years ago. But she could function on 3 to 5 hours sleep every night. I never knew how she'd do it. I mean, some people are built differently. These are generalizations that I'm going through. But you tell me. You email me at pillowtalkquestion@gmail.com. Tell me if you're one of those people that can sleep with less. Most people 7 to 9 hours. A good sleeper doesn't move at night. Excuse me, I'm getting over being sick. That's a myth. Minor movements of the body can occur during normal sleep, healthy sleep. Movements during sleep are generally only a concern if they are one or more of the following: prolonged or chronic, abnormal, aggressive or violent, bothersome to a bed partner, or causing nighttime awakenings. Myth, your brain shuts down at sleep. I think we all know this. Your brain is going at night. Your eyes are darting all over. The brain remains active during sleep. Its patterns of activity change during different sleep stages. And in rapid eye movement, which is REM sleep, you've heard the term REM, it means rapid eye movement sleep. Brain activity ramps up to a level that shares similarities when you're awake. I always wished I could remember everything I dreamed. I don't remember a lot of my dreams, but I always wished I could. Myth, more sleep is always better. While most concerns about sleep duration focus on sleeping too little, there are also problems that can arise from sleeping too much. People in certain circumstances, such as recovery from illness, may need extra sleep, but excessive sleep in general can be a symptom of an underlying health problem. In addition, studies have shown higher rates of mortality in people who sleep too much. But more research is needed to understand this association. I think we've all slept in and slept too much, right? I guess we're going to call this segment myths, because we're not going to have time to get to the facts. But this is myths about sleep in this segment. I said myths and facts. We'll go to another segment and do facts about sleep. This is, I guess, myths, because we're running out of time in this segment. But folks, listen, a good night's sleep affects everything you do. We're going to talk about how much to invest in your next sleep system. Totally up to you, but I'm going to compare it to other things you invest to in life. I just want you to remember that sleep affects everything you do. It affects your health, your physical health, your mental health, your performance at work, your relationship, how you drive, and on and on and on. It's important. It's important that you understand it. It's important that you change things you can change to get a better night's sleep. I have a friend who wears the eye covers that go over to give you complete darkness. That's not for me, but for him, helps him sleep better. Some people wear earplugs. They don't want the sound. I like to fall asleep to sound. I've done it my whole life. My mother used to get mad at me because I'd fall asleep on the couch. But this is Pillow Talk. This is Kevin Fear, president of Mattress Express. This segment has been myths about sleep. You can go to mattressexpressny.com to see our stores. You can call 1-800-NEW-BEDS during normal business hours. You can visit any store, no appointment necessary. Questions, compliments, you can even send me a criticism. pillowtalkquestion@gmail.com. Hey, we're going to be right back after these breaks. Thanks for joining us at Pillow Talk.